What's going on, guys? Derrick Jaxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae, and we just wanted to address a couple of things. You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women, cheating, affair, stepping out, definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it. I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that. I'm also not a victim. Nobody made me do this. She didn't make me or push me to do it. The next person didn't make me. No friend influenced me. It don't matter how I was raised and what trauma, whatever. Look, I made decisions. I made a series of decisions that I got to account for. There's no excuse or justification. I've already made that bed and have had to lie in it. And now we're finally getting on to the other side personally in our own healing, in our own marital oneness. And now this is being made public to you guys, so we're bringing that forth to you guys to let you know where we're at with that. But did you want to say anything?
Yes, so I do want to just add that I agree with what he just said. There is no justification for bringing other women into our marriage on any level. And it was unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And it's not something that I tolerate or that we tolerate moving forward. And when
how you how you not tolerated, but you okay. But you right there. It's kind of hard not to tolerate it when you like right here with him after the cheating part. I don't get that, but let's just listen to it.
I've been flooded again with messages and these things and about, you know, I need to leave or why haven't I left? And the answer is, when I found out about it, I left. I did not hesitate or waste time to do so. And I stayed gone. No matter how many times he came, I stayed gone and stood.
Wouldn't the last time count as how many times he came? And you... Alright, let me not belabor that part, because it's obvious that you loyal. She don't seem too smart.
Firm on, I am not coming back. And I did not come back until I seen a shift and a change in his mentality, in how he carried himself, in how he presented himself, and conversations that we were able to have that we had never been able to have in just 12 years. He is still continuing to pursue God and continuing to seek guidance and wise counsel from men of God. And that is what I needed for the continuation of me being present and in this marriage and to stand by his side. So today, where I'm at is at peace, and I proudly stand by his side.
And I get it. Some of y'all, like, this may come as a huge shock, probably a huge disappointment. I let a lot of you down.
No, I wouldn't say this comes as a huge shock. I'm personally upset because, all right, black men don't cheat, and you violated that. I wanted to have sympathy for you. I did.
But let me say this. I have no sympathy for a man who finds it to be difficult to be faithful after being in a promiscuous lifestyle, and neither should you. Nobody told you to be promiscuous before the relationship, and nobody made you be monogamous with just her. You don't want her? Let another man have her. Simple. But the truth is, you've probably been cheating months before you actually put your dick in her. And more times, I would say 9 times out of 10, when a dude gets caught cheating, that wasn't his very, very first time cheating. That wasn't his only time cheating. That was his only time getting caught. let's be real, outweigh all the good that you've done. Motherfucker, that one slip up might cancel all the shit that you've done.
You know, you see women in relationships with guys that you know ain't gonna change, and they, you know, they're in denial though. Yes, he will. He'll figure it out, et cetera, et cetera. I think just getting rid of that denial is the first major step. After that, reverse engineering all the things that you know went wrong, and then rooting back to like what caused it. So I had to go back to what caused the lack of sexual discipline. It wasn't just a lack of discipline. It was actually something I was looking for, a void I was trying to fill.
To be clear, this is an old interview that he did a long time ago.
At least you're being real about that. But I mean,
You know, and he grew. He was an evolved man. But it turns out that he was still into play. Hey, man, today is not your day. You was caught in the scandal. Now you yelling for bay. None of you are here to help this man when he calls for Mayday. Hey, boy, back in his heyday, the man was a cheater. He was banging ladies over the heater, giving them that heat. And then he want to come like, let me put a ring on it. Then he saw another girl, he said, let me put a ding in it. And now he getting on videos, let me put a sing in it. But we not buying your song.
it's not even
now.
cheating the problem.
Now, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Black men don't cheat. It's a problem for me. But moving on from just that, my friend, you made a career on clowning black men. You made a career on passing yourself off as that dude who's evolved, who's the ideal dude. You clowned men. For a long time, you guys said, nah, man, you guys just don't want me to expose the truth. And then you got exposed. So, of course, today you're going to have to eat your crow. I don't care what happens within a relationship. Y'all separate, you cheat, all that stuff. That's your business. But when you pass yourself off as a preacher, as a man of God, but it turns out that you tubbing little boys behind the altar, yeah, we going to feel some type of way.
And we're not saying that you did, but it's just an analogy.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? We know what I'm talking about.
You know.
We know what I'm talking about. Listen. It's okay to give advice. But when you present this air like you can't make mistakes, huh? Now we got a problem. Ain't that true?
That's the thing.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
It's not even because we understand that humans are humans.
Yes, sir.
And things happen.
Plenty.
That's why it's none of my business.
None.
I don't care. That's why I don't engage in those people that are those gossip things and saying, oh, you know what happened with Cardi and this and that. I don't care. It's none of my business. Things happen. Whatever. You said it yourself that you don't have any sympathy. Maybe you grew. Maybe you're gonna come back on that. But the money's already made. The money's done made. And it's okay that I don't know if you're gonna have to come back on your. Oh, I can't wait to talk to you, Derrick. I can't, because the money's made. You got a whole following preaching like, you know what, this and that and those men, and you are those men.
This is what I'm saying. The interview looks a little bit weird. Her holding your hand, the whole setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know, hey, you guys look at that. It's like, it looks odd. But you know what? I'm a just defer to it. I just think for me, the biggest thing is I don't think you recognize some of the damage that you've done in regards to the relation between black men and black.
But as a changed man, you knew how it was. But you coming out from there and being like, I don't have any sympathy for that if you did that. You did that. You're that.
That's right. Hey, man, you know, I'm more annoyed because I have to hear women like this just talk about you all the time.
Make it make sense. From a man who on the internet. So who mirrors what I actually want a man to do. Somebody like Derrick Jaxn. Like, Derrick Jaxn is always somebody, he was always somebody that I liked simply because I knew he was a married black man to a black woman. Like, he is a black man who looks the fuck good. He's married to a black woman who looks the fuck good. He is faithful to that black woman. I just know that based on, because I've had conversations with him outside of that, outside of this, outside of the internet. So, like, that's somebody I want to listen to.
And we had to hear that shit for, no, but like Derrick, man, I want to. This is what I'm saying, guys. People in Glov's houses, man, y'all be very careful. I don't act sanctimonious. I've done some fuck shit. I know, right? I did when I was single. But you know what I mean? I've done some shit. I don't sell out other dudes, all that stuff. And I don't blame it on ladies. But what you did for a long time was you pandered. Let's be honest. That's how everyone interprets it. And women hearing what you've done, they feel the same way.
Now, yep.
They feel the same way.
100%.
So it's not just about you taking accountability for your actions. We don't care. That's your marriage. What we got an issue with is the image that you put out, this kind of ridiculous idea that you put in everybody's head, right? And then you don't think you've created some damage. Hypothetical. And this is like none of my business. But do you think he has no other choice but to do what he's doing right now?
What do you mean?
Well, he's built his whole brand on the idea of a faithful husband who loves a black woman and doesn't so diligently. Do you think he could have afforded, before everything broke, because he probably knew this was coming, do you think he could have afforded to leave his wife and to go live his best life?
Real quick, this is why I love these niggas right here. Can you see the tape holding the mic together? That's some ghetto shit, and I like all of it. I'm for all that. This make this shit work the way it's gonna work. I fucks with it. I think it's the shit. I fucks with all that.
And maintain his brand?
Yes.
How? Who would listen to a man who cheated on his wife, left her to go be a single bachelor?
Black females.
Business-wise.
Because that was his brand.
His whole brand is I'm the guy who, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about healing. I'll be honest with you. Maybe he really wants to do this. But there's also another side where it's like, bruv, if you want to make money ever again in this field, you have no choice but to do this.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. And that's probably the reason why you think the setup is weird and shit like that. And I get you. I understand you.
Well, it's like, are you sorry because of what you did, or are you sorry because you were definitely going to get caught? And this is what I meant when I said he's a bit disingenuous, because he's out here giving this advice. Meanwhile, out in the streets, he's living a completely different life for reasons that are very difficult or whatever. But then he looked at men like, you could do better, and you know you can. But bro, you couldn't do better.
You don't have a reason.
You couldn't do better.
Wow.
You asking other folks to do things that you yourself didn't do. So that's my issue.
Imagine you're listening to an accountant, and he says, don't do this, don't do that. And you turn around. You know, when your accountant does fraud, you're like, wow, bro, I can't listen to you no more.
Yeah.
Because you told me to do this, do that, save these, and you're out here frauding and sending money out overseas and shit, and you're caught. So I can't. You can lawyers that engage in criminal stuff, they're not lawyers anymore. I can't.
Want to know why? Because there's no trust in them. They take an oath.
Yeah, the blood is in the water. The sharks smell blood. They're coming for you, sir.